When one of the most powerful storm systems the Earth's atmosphere can summon is bearing down on a populated area, it's customary for a typical roadside fast food chain to close up shop and wait for the storm to pass. But not Waffle House. A Waffle House never closes. They are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Some say the doors on a Waffle House don't even have locks. Of course, there are many all-night diners inhabiting the interstate highways of America. Waffle House could easily be just another generic breakfast place serving long-haul truckers and local drunks in equal measure. But Waffle House's operating hours are more than a late-night convenience. They are a promise. No, more binding than any promise. It's corporate policy. Good food, fast, all the time, regardless of the prevailing weather conditions. For example, in 2011, on a late Sunday afternoon in May, a tornado nearly a mile wide in diameter, capable of tearing the rebar from concrete, made a direct hit on the city of Joplin, Missouri. It ranks as the deadliest tornado strike in over 60 years and the costliest, inflicting upwards of $2 billion in damage. Despite that, Joplin's 2 Waffle House locations remained open the entire time. In fact, they have never closed. Later that year, Hurricane Irene slammed into the eastern seaboard. 22 Waffle Houses lost power. Within 24 hours, all except one were back in operation. What you have to understand is that Waffle House Incorporated was forged in the brutal subtropical climate of the southeastern United States. The summers are sweltering, and the approach of autumn doesn't bring relief as much as it brings hurricanes. So, out of necessity and a remarkable commitment to all-hours dining, Waffle House was built to withstand them. In 2019, while Hurricane Dorian was forcing much of the Floridian Peninsula to hunker down, Waffle House was deploying jump teams and mobilizing generators and topping off its rations of syrup, sausage gravy, and waffle mix. Reserve servers, cashiers, and line cooks were called up, ready to pick up the spatulas of their fellow employees displaced by the storm. Supply chains were secured, operating hours were maintained. Once again, Waffle House prevailed. This makes Waffle House such a resilient fixture in the American landscape. Any disruption in Waffle House operations can be used as a bellwether for the destructive magnitude of a natural disaster. This has been given a name, the Waffle House Index. It has 3 color-coded levels. Green, all systems are go, the Waffle House is open for business. Yellow, proceed with caution. Services are limited, but the Waffle House is functioning. Red, sound the alarm, the Waffle House is closed. That's when you know it's bad. Since only under the most extreme circumstances does a Waffle House deign to close, level red in the Waffle House Index might as well be DEFCON 1 in the eyes of any federal emergency management employee. The secret to Waffle House's seeming invincibility against the unrelenting forces of nature lies in an unparalleled disaster management response, rarely seen in the corporate structure of a fast food chain. When bad weather is on the horizon, Waffle House HQ in Atlanta mobilizes into what could be described as a paramilitary organization. The heads of the company gather in a makeshift mission control, where they can make strategic decisions and send out orders. Meteorologists, food safety experts, engineers, and restaurant managers are assembled. The approaching storm is monitored, weather data is analyzed, storm tracks are projected, damage estimates are calculated. All Waffle Houses in the affected area are notified and prepped. The Waffle House empire stretches across 25 states, 3 time zones, and covers something on the order of 1 million square miles. With that kind of coverage, franchise resources outside of the immediate storm area can be marshaled and redistributed. Their stores of batter can be inventoried and rerouted to their storm-battered comrades. Each Waffle House location is a veritable fortress unto itself, able to operate independently when out of communication with corporate and overcome almost any adversity. The menu can be modified on the spot in the event of a supply breakdown. Operations can continue without gas, without water, without electricity, without bathrooms even. Waffle House can close though. It is a rare event, but not unheard of. In 2005, when Hurricane Katrina slammed into the Gulf Coast, submerging much of New Orleans, 107 Waffle Houses closed across Louisiana and Mississippi, an unprecedented number. It took years for some locations to open again. Some never did. Even the mighty Waffle House can meet its match. Which brings us to now. A global pandemic has brought the world to a halt. Schools are closed, professional sports are canceled, large gatherings are banned, non-essential businesses are shut down, including Waffle House. On March 18th, many locations were forced to convert to carryout, an option anathema to the original founder's vision of a 24-hour sit-in restaurant. But this was no storm. The pandemic would not pass in a few days. On March 24th, 365 locations closed, by far the largest closure in Waffle House's history. The next day, it was 418, then 429. Now it's upwards of 500 closures and counting. The alarm has sounded. The Waffle House index is so red, it's practically infrared. That's when you know it's bad. How many will ultimately close and how long these Waffle Houses will remain shuttered is uncertain. It is like nothing any Waffle House has ever faced in its 65 years of operation. It ultimately depends on when the pandemic itself will end. Some estimates put the peak weeks to months away, but then we will have a long road ahead of us. We might not be out of its grip until we have a safe and effective vaccine, some 18 months away at the soonest. Whether the end of the pandemic will be heralded by mass inoculation against the virus or some sort of unforeseen miracle, we do not know. All we know is that if we start to see Waffle Houses opening back up again, it can't be that bad. So stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands, don't touch your face, keep 6 feet away from each other, and keep an eye on the Waffle Houses. Okay, I've got to give a shout out to one of our longtime VIP patrons, Nathan J. Reed. Reed is a spoken word artist from Wisconsin and currently serves on the boards of the Wisconsin Fellowship of Poets, the Council of Wisconsin Writers, and the Wisconsin Poet Laureate Commission. And now he's written a book. It's called Persistence of Perception, and it's a full-length book of his poetry, available for pre-order on Finishing Line Press. And he's got some exciting pre-order goals. If he gets 100 pre-orders, Reed will have 100 trees planted through Plant It 2020. If he gets 200 pre-orders, he will get a tattoo of something from the book. If he gets 300 pre-orders, he will jump out of a friggin' airplane and it will be filmed. The book is available for pre-order now until May 8th, and you can go to finishinglinepress.com to order it. It's $19.99 plus $2.99 shipping, and the book will ship July 3rd, 2020. And when you order the book, you can use your order number to receive a free copy of Reed's spoken word CD, Say It Live. There's more info at nathanjreed.com. So go to finishinglinepress.com to pre-order Persistence of Perception now. Special thanks to our Patreon patrons. Without you, the good stuff just wouldn't happen. So if you like what we do here, go on over to patreon.com/thegoodstuff and become a supporter. Otherwise, you can like and subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out, and I'll be back in a couple weeks with a new video. Thanks for watching.